So after trying to fix this and fixing it incorrectly first, because I was using, instead of referencing, which is a good thing that I teach all the time, I I changed the URL, this URL, instead of having it opening up. If you look at the very bottom corner down here, let me close this. If I hover over this link right here, it should do it there. In the very bottom corner, it says what the full URL is just the web page. So it has the homegrown, then it has www, which is the course. Then it has C16 opening heaven with a dash. So all of them have to be exactly like that, or it's inconsistent. And also make sure you reference. I made it chapter 13 and had to go back. And after I did that, the one thing you don't want to do when working with your husband is get frustrated. And one of the things he loves is to laugh. So I always give him plenty of opportunities to laugh. That's why we hang out so much, because we want to do that. And if you're wondering, what is she talking about? It is here. If you go to the living lessons and you can come to laugh it off, it's a great principle. I use it every day, all day long. You'll find these if you look here for under the free courses, you'll see the advanced living lesson, because it takes a long time to get to this place where you have so many living lessons that you have to live, because I know I'm always going to them. So getting back to this one, so instead of fixing the picture, I wanted to share something else that my husband pointed out. If you notice, there is not a picture that's separate. Now, this is usually not something you want to do, where the picture is actually in the text box. One, you see the big giant space. It just seems to want to do that no matter how many times you want to change the space. So I will have to talk to him about how to fix that so that it doesn't do that. But I'm just going to save it right now. But definitely for the main picture, and do you see how it kind of quivers? In here, you don't want to have this. Do you see how it has it here? That's not what you want. So what I'm going to do to correct this is I'm going to definitely take this out and not have this. Okay, so this, what it was is that's just naming the picture. Most importantly, just take it out. Do not put the picture in there. Create a separate one. And also to make sure that there's nothing above it or below it. Do you see I'm kind of testing? Do you see the blue line over here? That means that there is space below, so it's going to create it wider than you want it to be. So you want to bring it so it's actually touching the last thing. That'll clean everything up. I was blessed to be trained by my son, who is very talented. I knew he was talented. And also there's a lot of interesting text boxes here that I don't understand what's going on. This website is having trouble. So I'm going to go ahead. What you want is the actual picture, and the best picture if it's in. So this is opening up. It's not the full I'm sorry, it's not the main page. We're doing a sub chapter. So you're going to just want this picture. And oh, I've wanted for the longest time to share this with you. So in this, you see how it's saying it's going to Hope at Last www. What you want to do is, I've been hiding this in there and it's working beautifully, is get your link, because you want it to open up to that. Put it in here. So whenever you're using this, you have it kind of hidden in there. It'll sometimes show up, but don't worry about that. You can take it out. So here's what it is. Now I can see already it's huge down there. So I'm going to go ahead and just do the medium size. If you do the thumbnail, it's going to crop it strangely. Okay, so we're going to just do it like that. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now this one, if you notice, it's showing this centered. There is something, a plugin or something that is not working correctly. So it's not but she's been wanting these to be narrow. I don't really know what to do about this. So we'll have to have a discussion about it. Something's not working on this website. And then even though it's frustrating, just think of it as an opportunity to work with your husband, discover something new, and then make sure that you come over to RMIOU and teach it, please. All right. So anyway, making sure that you have that consistency, making sure that you have a separate picture. Don't do what I've done here. I'm going to have to talk to him about it, which is probably going to be as simple as this already. I can hear what he's saying. So I'm going to go ahead, get this here, bring it all the way up to the top. Then I'm going to save that and then put the picture in separately, which it was fruits, I believe. I probably should have looked to see what that is. And if I select here and I do fruit, no, apple, I don't know where that came from. So that's the problem. I'm going to have to ask him what to do. But before I do that, I'm going to have a good laugh. Make sure you do read or listen to that podcast or, that living lesson, because it's good. It's something you'll use all the time, and it'll just make your life so happy, and he'll love hanging out with you because your husband, your maker, he loves to laugh. He sits in the heavens and laughs. He's not going to laugh at your frustrations though. So anyway, this isn't really necessarily a commercial for that, but it's turned into one.